Today, i-share namin sa inyo yung mga important information that you should know when you consider studying at KPU.
So, just to give you an information and something about Miss Regine, she's the country representative for Kwantlen Polytechnic University because we are calling this segment as a valuable insights by expert. So we have prepared questions typically asked by students. So we have 4 cases here, usually asked by students about KPU.
Case number 1, K-12 graduate with limited work experience and looking for a fast track to permanent residency in Canada.
Gusto niya mag-aral sa Canada pero worried siya kasi wala pa siyang work experience. And kung mamimit niya yung requirements for the application. So he is interested in career opportunities after graduation, ano yung in-demand in Metro Vancouver, and ano yung makakapag-increase ng chance niya of securing a job that will eventually leads to PR.
Case number 3, the student with financial limitations.
Okay, so student with financial limitations. So syempre, let's face it, studying abroad is not mura or not cheap.
Yes.
It's an investment. Education is an investment. So,
And do you offer like financial assistance to the students?
so how do they apply for the scholarship?
So, at KPU, we don't restrict students to applying limited scholarships lang. So, they can apply for as many scholarships as they can.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Kanata channel. My name is Catherine. I'm one of the education consultants here at Kanata Education. And for today's episode, we have a new segment called Valuable Insights by Expert. And today we have someone from Kwantlen Polytechnic University located in Metro Vancouver in British Columbia. It's no other than Miss Regine Molina de Leon. She's the manager for Kwantlen Polytechnic University. Welcome, Miss Regine.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Catherine. Thank you, everyone.
So, kumusta ka naman?
Okay naman.
Are you ready for today's episode?
Yes, ready. So, today, i-share namin sa inyo yung mga important information that you should know when you consider studying at KPU.
So, just to give you an information and something about Miss Regine, she's the country representative for Kwantlen Polytechnic University because we are calling this segment as a valuable insights by expert. So, she knows better than I do about KPU, and we are getting questions, especially right now that there's a lot of changes, policy changes in Canada, the PGWP and all that. So, we have prepared questions typically asked by students. So we have 4 cases here, usually asked by students about KPU. And so you're going to choose which one we're going to discuss first.
Okay. So, ito muna.
Okay.
Ayan.
Can you read the...
Okay. Case number 1, K-12 graduate with limited work experience and looking for a fast track to permanent residency in Canada. Okay.
So the situation is, I think my character, ang name niya ay Joaquin. So Joaquin is an 18 years old STEM graduate in the Philippines and interested to pursue healthcare program in KPU. So ngayon, syempre, a lot of people are asking, meron pa rin bang permanent residency? How does studying can help them, increase their probability or chances of getting a PR. So, question is, gusto niya mag-aral sa Canada pero worried siya kasi wala pa siyang work experience. And kung mamimit niya yung requirements for the application. So, he is interested in career opportunities after graduation, ano yung in-demand in Metro Vancouver, and ano yung makakapag-increase ng chance niya of securing a job that will eventually leads to PR. So, isa-isahin natin. Question is, can grade 12 students apply directly to KPU?
So the answer is yes. K-12 graduates can apply directly sa KPU. They don't need any foundational courses to take first before applying. And as early as their first semester, like for example, grade 12 pa lang sila and they are on their first semester, pwede na sila mag-apply as early as their first semester. Basta meron silang first semester grades. And for this case, for Joaquin, he is interested in studying healthcare in Canada. We have two programs na perfect sa kanya. So the first one is Bachelor of Psychiatric Nursing.
Nice.
So for psychiatric nursing, bachelor's degree siya, pero 3 years lang yung duration niya. And after finishing the 3 years, they can take directly yung licensure examination para maging licensed psychiatric nurse in Canada. And then the second one would be diploma. If gusto niya shorter yung duration, he can actually consider diploma in traditional Chinese medicine or acupuncture program. This is a very unique program yet very profitable career in Canada. So, bihira lang yung institutions na may ganitong program, and in Vancouver, this is a very popular program. Especially for yung mga Chinese communities natin, and not just for Chinese communities but for everyone na interested in acupuncture. Very profitable yung mataas yung income for acupuncture. And if gusto naman nila na more mas broad yung program na iti-take nila, they can actually consider then biology, health science, or even psychology programs at KPU. So very diverse yung mga programs na ina-offer ni KPU, especially for STEM graduates. Para naman dun sa mga hindi STEM, kasi of course may mga students tayo na galing sa ibang strands.
Yeah.
We also do have a wide variety of programs on their business. We have arts. We also have from horticulture or agriculture programs and design programs. So just recently, yung KPU Wilson School of Design has been recognized as one of the top fashion schools sa buong mundo, not just in Canada. So there are 2 surveys and nagpasok sila sa top 10. So for those who are interested in design programs, they can also consider taking yung mga design programs natin. Not just yung mga niche program, yung mga
Very specific.
very conventional programs, traditional programs. May mga programs tayo na kailangan sa Canada pero hindi siya ganun ka-popular dito sa atin. So it's time for K-12 students to also explore and get out of their comfort zones din kung saan sila kung saan sila familiar. May mga programs na hindi siya ganun kasikat sa atin, pero pagdating sa Canada, very, very popular and very wide yung demand and career opportunities.
So, kadalasan kasi ng K-12 students, at tinatanong nila, sanay kasi sila dito sa atin sa mga universities, may exam. Entrance exam. So, they don't need to do an entrance exam at KPU, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, walang entrance exam at KPU. They just need to comply with all the documentary requirements. And for the English proficiency requirement, we are now waiving IELTS. So, they don't need to take IELTS. They just need to present certificate of English as medium of instruction for as long as their English grade is at least 80%.
I want to go back dun sa bachelor's of psychiatric nursing. So for this program, because I'm receiving backgrounds from students na psychologists sila, like nakatake na sila 1 or 2 years in college, and then they really wanted to pursue like counseling, psychological counseling, something, parang yun yung term na ginamit niya. So ito ba ay yung program na ito is a pathway to become a counselor, a psychological counselor, or
actually pwede, and very broad yung pwedeng career pathway nila after finishing the program. So it's not just focused on well-being, mental health. Pwede din silang maging general nurse or any kind of nurse, kung ano yung gusto nilang tahakin. It's not just focused on psychology. Pero basically, for psychiatric nursing, kumbaga, it's a mix of psychology and yung general nursing. Kumbaga, meron siyang specialization. It's not just about practical nursing. General nursing, meron siyang specialization, which is psychiatry.
Oh, so talagang maraming career opportunities for this one.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so for this one, may additional pa siyang concern kasi um, hands-on learning, career opportunities after graduation. How does KPU help students in terms of their career?
So at KPU, we have our Career Development Center. Meron kami mga experts na mag-a-assist sa kanila when it comes to, for example, if they need assistance when it comes to writing their CV, the Canadian format,
Yeah.
or ways on how to answer interview questions properly. And as well as we have our own career portal. So it's called Career Connection. Para siyang LinkedIn. And then our students or alumni can actually find jobs from Career Connection. And that's for free. All of our students can access Career Connection. And aside from that, we also have volunteer activities for students kasi in Canada, volunteer work is very important.
True.
It is an avenue for them to network, connect with other students, with other professionals. It allows them to expand their network para din sa future professional growth nila in Canada. So at KP, we have several network volunteer activities, and sometimes we also do organize yung mga student activities through organizations. Like for example, at KPU, we have our KPU Pinoy Club. And usually for KPU Pinoy Club, nag-organize sila ng mga get-togethers with fellow Filipino students. Is their way of welcoming new students then on campus, lalo na dun sa mga students na walang family members or relatives in Canada kasi they need also a support group in Canada. So that's very important. We have some students na nagvo-volunteer even outside campus, and nasi-share nila sa amin, ang dami nilang nakikilala na nakakatulong din sa academic journey nila in Canada.
That's very good kasi some students here, syempre worried sila na are there going to be activities we can join? Alam mo naman, yung iba pa, Bibo, maraming mga drama club, may mga kung ano-anong club ang join nila sa mga schools nila. So they are really looking forward kung meron silang same activities na ganun in Canada. And by the way, guys, volunteering, networking, it's very big in Canada, di ba? Parang dito, talagang pag maghahanap ka ng trabaho, talagang submit ng CV hanggang sa makalat ka ng job. But in Canada, your network will actually help you land the job. Parang hindi ka lang basta submit ng CV. Okay, let's discuss yung hands-on learning. Kasi, di ba, some students, they didn't know na in Canada, they're very hands-on. Like, hindi lang siya very theoretical.
Yes, correct. So for KPU, it's actually the only polytechnic university sa buong Canada. And as a polytechnic university, we highly focus on hands-on learning, practical experience. Kasi gusto namin yung students namin, kahit nag-aaral pa sila, they have this hands-on skills, yung practical skills, which is very important, especially kapag nag-apply na sila ng job right after graduation. And at KPU, we don't focus on books. It's not a research university. We are a teaching-focused university. So, yung pagtuturo, yung way of teaching ng professors, it's more on tutok talaga sa mga students. Actually, our professors know the names of their students kasi small class size lang siya. And for our professors, i-connect natin dun sa networking kanina. Actually, yung professors namin ay industry professionals. So sometimes they're also working in another company. Sometimes engineers sila or outside school, engineers sila or architects sila. So yung nasa workplace nila, natuturo nila directly sa students nila. So, important din na it is important for students to also perform well in the classroom para alam mo yun, maalala sila ng professors, and then somehow, if they need someone in their workplace, pwede nilang i-recruit or
as a reference.
yes, as a reference yung professor. So, that's very important.
And that's one I think, very good highlight or benefit of an international student in Canada. Talagang yung mga professors are industry experts na hindi lang nila yon inaral back when they were in college. Syempre, to become a professor or a teacher, di ba, pinag-aaralan siya. But no, yung background talaga nila, kung ano sila, kung ano yung tinuturo nila, yun din yung trabaho nila. Parang teaching is just maybe a side hustle for them or just an extra job. So that actually helps students like you na mag-a-apply na inside the classroom pala, alam mo na yung mga tips and ano talaga yung trabaho na papasukin mo once you graduate, which is very good. Okay, so let's move on to our second case. Miss Regine, you can choose one para tayo na sa Miss Universe.
Yes.
Question, I mean, case.
Okay, case number 3, the student with financial limitations.
Okay, so student with financial limitations. So, syempre, let's face it, studying abroad is not mura or not cheap.
Yes.
It's an investment. Education is an investment. So, in this case, we have Mark. He's a 22 years old. And he wants to study in Canada, but he does not come from a well-off family. So he's worried about tuition fees, living expenses, managing his finances while studying abroad. So, okay, let's talk about how much is the average tuition fees at KP.
So our average tuition fee at KPU ranges between 15,000 Canadian dollars to 22,000 Canadian dollars depending on the program.
So 15,000, that's more or less than 600,000. Yeah, 600 to 700,000 pesos per year.
And do you offer like financial assistance to the students?
Yes, we have a couple of scholarships that we offer for international students. So the first one, we have President's Entrance Scholarship. So yung President Entrance Scholarship, it's for students enrolled in a 4-year program at KPU. And it's worth 30,000 Canadian dollars.
Laki ah.
Malaki siya for an entrance scholarship at
Entrance
KPU
scholarship,
from a university. So for that, we will need the grades of the students. We will also need reference letters. And very important then, yung community involvement nila from high school. So those are some of the criteria for the President's Entrance Scholarship. And then next one, we also have the Merit Entrance Scholarship. That's up to 7,500 CAD. And yung sa Merit Entrance Scholarship, similar lang din siya sa President Entrance Scholarship. The difference is just that lahat ng undergraduate students, even those taking diploma or certificate programs, can apply.
Pero ano yung kailangan na may GPA requirement?
May GPA requirement siya. I think it's at 3.6 and above GPA, pero depende din kasi siya. Si scholarship committee na yung bahalang mag-compute ng GPA nila kasi iba yung...
So how do they apply for the scholarship? Is it prior to submitting an application or after they receive an offer from KPU and then they can apply?
So right after receiving their LOA, pwede na sila mag-apply for those 2 entrance scholarships. It's a few months before the start of the intake. So yung dalawang scholarships na yon, offered siya every fall and spring. So fall is September intake, spring is January intake. So kung yung target nila is fall intake, the deadline to apply is April 15. And then kapag spring intake, deadline is August 15. So a couple of months before the start of classes.
And then they can apply to both or just one?
They can apply to both.
Okay.
So at KPU, we don't restrict students to applying na limited scholarships lang. So they can apply for as many scholarships as they can. And just to add dun sa merit entrance scholarships, we also do have regional entrance scholarships naman. That's up to 5,000. And based on our experience, majority ng recipients would come from the Philippines. Yes. So for the regional entrance scholarship, international students lang yung pwede mag-apply. So higher chances for Filipinos to get in. And we also do have international tuition award. So yung international tuition award naman, it ranges between 1,000 CAD to 4,000 CAD. This is automatic for all Filipinos. So depende lang siya sa duration ng program. So Kapag 1-year program, that's 1,000 CAD. And then 2-year program is 2,000 CAD. 4-year program is 4,000 CAD. So, since automatic yon, they can still apply for other scholarships on top of that tuition award. Pwede nilang pagsamasamahin, i-combine lahat ng scholarships para mabawasan yung tuition fee nila.
Right. Okay, so ang dami palang available na scholarships that they can apply. So,
Actually, we still have 3 more scholarships to share, pero program specific naman siya.
So,
Yes.
so once they get also in Canada, they can explore all these scholarships available and then they can still apply.
Yes, and it is important for them to also monitor their KPU emails kasi doon nagsisend ng announcements ang KPU regarding scholarship opportunities. So, when they get admitted at KPU, it is best for them to monitor their emails na din.
I see.
Okay. As we all know, international students
Can do part-time job while studying. So,
Mhm.
how do you think international students can balance work and studies? Kasi di ba dito sa atin, kadalasan it's 9 to 4.
Yes.
Pasok. So,
Yes.
what's the schedule like at KPU?
Okay. So for the schedule of classes, the students have the flexibility to choose their own schedule. Kapag new student sila yung priority na mag-register for courses first. And at KPU, yung usually for Filipino students, yung ine-enroll nila would be the minimum number of credits, which is 9 credits per semester. And yung 9 credits per semester, that's equivalent to 9 hours per week of classes. That's per week. So they still have time actually to do part-time jobs even outside or inside the campus. And for campus part-time jobs, we actually have student assistant programs, peer mentorship programs, and may mga Filipino students kami na nagjo-join na mga ganong part-time opportunities inside the campus. And that's paid.
I see.
Yes.
Oo.
Mhm.
Ang galing. Kasi so, they have plenty of time to really balance their life. So, hindi lang
Yes.
talaga puro trabaho. Kasi, guys, hindi naman pwede puro trabaho lang tayo dito. Kailangan din natin mag-aral. And at the same time, you still have time with your friends. You still have time to do your volunteering jobs
Yes.
and networking events. So, yeah, I guess that's for our 2 cases for this episode. I hope you guys learned a lot from this situational cases that we present. And watch out for part 2 for our next cases that we will tackle with Miss Regina of KPU. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time. Bye.